a freaking IKEA chair.
Let's talk about movies from the 2024 Slamdance Film Festival. All right, Alan, Slamdance, for people that don't know, is a film festival that was created by a group of filmmakers whose movies were all rejected from Sundance. This is in the mid 90s. People such as Dan Mervish is one of those people.
Yeah.
Another filmmaker named John Fitzgerald, among others, all got together. It was a group of filmmakers like, why don't our movies get rejected from Sundance? They're decent little indie movies. They decided to put on their own film festival, and they called it Slamdance. It was a rebel film festival. And in this festival, they just showed their own movies. The very first year of Slamdance. This is in the mid 90s. Then Slamdance every year, like, hey, people actually who can't make it into Sundance, or maybe they don't have the right exact film that Sundance is looking for, they started to get submissions. Now, the Slamdance Film Festival gets almost 8,000 submissions a year. They show more than 25 features. They also do, for people who are unable to attend, the Slamdance Film Festival in Park City, Utah, which takes place during the Sundance Film Festival. They have an online, if you go to slamdance.com, for I think it's like $10-20.
Yes.
You
For the
can
month, yes. Yeah.
for the month, and you can watch all the movies that are playing at Slamdance. No other festival that I know does that. There are festivals
Right now, you could watch every single film at Slamdance.
You can see the movies that Alan and I are about to talk about. Go to slamdance.com. I'll bring that up in a second. But what's interesting about Slamdance started a movement. Slamdance, in effect, by doing what they did, they started a movement where other festivals began to use the same kind of technique. So spawned from Slamdance came other events like Trauma Dance, like just a whole bunch of other festivals that took the whole dance thing. There's even a festival called Dances with Films that was inspired, that Dances with Films actually takes place in Los Angeles. And again, it's all about this whole idea of rejection. Well, let me just say this for a minute. This is really important. There are a lot of people that feel that they're outsiders to the mainstream media. Okay? You can complain or you can do your own thing. The people at Slamdance have been doing this more than 25 years now. Okay? I saw Dan Mervish recently. I said, oh my God, we got old. Because I've known Dan since the mid 90s. And I love Dan Mervish. But all I'm saying is they started their own thing. Now Slamdance is a festival. It's a screening series in Los Angeles. It's a screening series in other parts of the world. Slamdance is the streaming service where you can see movies. Slamdance does year-round support for indie filmmakers. If my heart is with any film festival, it's with Slamdance, because they're no BS and they're punk rock. Okay, I'm selling this hard because there are other areas in the world where the mainstream has rejected outside thinkers. Do your own thing. Slamdance even inspired Matt Stone and Trey Parker to start their own festival called Lap Dance. I went to Lap Dance. This was in the late 90s, and guess what? They did have exotic dancers there. And they had it on Main Street. And I'll tell you from what I know, Sundance hates all these I'll say this. Robert Redford referred to them as parasite festivals that are glomming on to the success of Sundance. And Sundance is sort of like, Sundance is stadium rock. Slamdance is the punk rock at the dive bar. That's why I like Slamdance. Alan, we've got some movies to review, but all I'm saying is you could be inspired by Slamdance. And I think that and a lot of these movies, they're very low budget, very, very low budget films. Okay. They look low budget. There's a heart to them. There is a heart to Slamdance. My heart is with Slamdance and Peter Baxter and all the filmmakers that are there. And I'm quite enjoying watching Slamdance movies at home on my television, though I'm a little bit wish I had gone because they moved it from Main Street. Remember how difficult it was for parking and all that? They moved it. They moved the festival to one of the hotels. I believe it's the Yarrow, and the Yarrow is this smaller hotel. It's all self-contained.
Yes.
So you just go to the hotel. All the movies are playing there, and the conferences. Ted Hope is doing his panel there. So there you go.